everyone, welcome back to my channel. And it's been a while since I did one of these videos where I would do a speed paint and some gameplay, and that's because I've been very busy with school and whatnot. My exams just finished like a few weeks ago, so I was trying to get back into relaxation mode before I go away for my study abroad this summer. So I decided I was going to do this next speed paint and gameplay video using honkaistarrail, which is a new game that miHoYo or the HoYoverse released recently. It was released sometime in May, and I did started playing it little by little, and I did do a screen recording of my first few minutes playing the game, just in case I wanted to make a video about it. And only recently I gotten around to editing it into a video and actually doing an artwork related to the game. So if you guys don't know, the person I'm drawing right now is the female trailblazer, which is the main character of the game. So I really like her ultimate, and the fact that she uses a bat as a weapon. I think it's hilarious every time I use her ultimate. So I was like, you know what, she's a pretty cool character, why don't I just draw her? So that's what I'm doing. I will get around to drawing other characters eventually, but I just started off with the female MC because I use her a lot now that I'm still early gamer in this game. So she's one of the main people that stays on my team for the most part. So how do I like the game? Well, I really like the graphics of this game. It runs really smoothly. Right now I'm not playing it on my computer because I don't want to overload my laptop with too many things, because I use my laptop for personal and school use, and I really just want my laptop to last me the entire undergraduate time in university, so I'm just trying not to overload my laptop at this time. So I downloaded it on my phone, and it runs pretty smoothly for the most part. It's just surprising because, usually phone apps that are that big are kind of laggy and whatnot, but it's running very smoothly on my iPhone, which I really appreciated. I love the characters in this game. I think all the characters have very pretty designs, and it's actually become a lot difficult for me because I'm starting to wonder which character should I draw next. There's a couple that I do have in mind, but right now I'm just trying to figure out which ones I actually want to do first and which ones that I actually want to just wait until another time to draw. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I do love the story of this game. I do have to admit I'm not as focused on the story line as I was with Genshin, but I do know a couple of things, and from what I've read, it's pretty good. I do love the story of everybody and the whole outer space team type sci-fi aspect of this game. I have noticed some similarities between the game honkaistarrail and Genshin Impact. The first similarity is the MCs you get to pick at the beginning. They very much remind me of Lumine and Ether from Genshin Impact, and the fact that they can actually change powers, which I did not know. My roommate had to tell me because she's more ahead in the game than I am, because I'm busy with school and whatnot. Just got recently around to playing it. But yeah, so when you get further in the game, you're able to change the abilities of the character. I'm not 100% sure how it works at this time because I'm not there yet in the storyline. But yeah, that's definitely something that I noticed for similarities. There's also a lot of people who play Genshin who signed on to this game who noticed a lot of the characters are kind of similar. I'm not saying this to complain, because some people are saying this as more of a complaint, but I actually think that it's pretty normal for a company to reuse certain assets they have when it comes to making games and stuff, because making games takes a lot of time, resources, money, hands on deck kind of thing. So to say that they're not allowed to use something old that they used from before and just change it a bit to make a new game is kind of unreasonable, especially if you want games to come out in a timely manner. I for one do not mind the similarities, and it's kind of expected for me considering that the same company made the same game. Now if it was two different companies and one company took similarities from another company, then that's a different story, of course. But if it's the same company doing the same game, I wouldn't be too upset about that. That's fair. That's fair because Genshin was a huge hit when it comes to HoYo, and if it's not broke, then you don't really fix it. So it's a strategy that a lot of companies use. So it's not really an issue when it comes to the two games. I honestly enjoy Honkai Star Rail, and I've been playing it a lot more to the point where I'm starting to neglect Genshin, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'm playing the game from the same company, so I don't think that's hurting MiHoYo any worse than they're already doing. So yeah, but I really like the sci-fi type aspect with them in space and them going on these different missions and stuff. And it's kind of like easy once you played Genshin to play this game, because a lot of the mechanisms of leveling up characters and getting farming for stuff is pretty similar, just under different names, of course, and have to go with this whole sci-fi team. And there's a lot of like Easter eggs in Honkai Star Rail that relates to Genshin, which I think is hilarious. For example, like the original wind glider can be seen in like one of the museums within the game, and I'm definitely gonna try to look for it when I have time and I'm just playing the game for fun. Okay, so overall I really do like this game. It's definitely a little harder in terms of difficulty compared to Genshin, and I say this because like you can't just fight like characters and just switch out no matter how much you want to. There's a mechanism in the game where you have to like follow a certain order, and only then where you're able to use your characters, and the enemies have a specific order as well. So if you have like a character that you really want to use, but it's in a different order and the enemy attacks first, and the enemy has the right of way to attack before you can attack them, which makes it a bit more difficult because I sometimes forget the order of my characters fighting, and sometimes that can change depending on the speed of your character compared to the monster's character, and that could cause a bit of issue. Right now I remember being stuck at least 2 places as of right now, because my characters, and it's not to say that my characters aren't under level, they're not, they're on level for this particular part that I'm stuck on. It's just that it's kind of hard to fight this new system where you have to like wait your turn, and also you have to make sure you level up the light cones, which is just Genshin terminology for their weapons, because those really matter when it comes to like attacking and stuff, because my light cones are pretty under leveled, and that's really causing me a lot of troubles now that I'm getting further into the game. I remember in Genshin I would neglect my weapons for a long time, and it wouldn't have been such an issue until a lot later on in the game. But for Honkai Star Rail, it's a big issue. Like you have to level up your weapons, even your artifacts if you could, because those do play a bit more important role in this game considering the difficulty. And just remember, it's open world, but it's limited to an extent. Like you can't just climb on buildings and stuff. You have to go certain places comparatively to the map. So you can't just like climb a building to get where you need to go. You have to actually go around the path just to get to where you need to go. So that's a different change compared to Genshin as well. Usually if I can't find the path, I'll just climb up a mountain until I get there, but you can't do it in this game. But that's the two cons I have for this game, and I'm not expecting it to be exactly like Genshin as well. It is a different game, so I'm not really too picky when it comes to those two things. I overall really like the game, and I'm definitely gonna play it some more, especially now that I have more time until I have to leave for my study abroad. But if you guys really do like this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me, and it helps me get more time to like post more videos and stuff. And I hope you guys do like my content. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.